one, and that is where you're going to get your protein. Most people think that they're so used to eating animals that are, laden with protein, they think they have to have a large amount of protein. Well, that's not really true. Plus, green veggies, beans, brown rice, most of those products contain enough protein. You really need about the amount you need in grams is 1/3 of your weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, then you need about 50 grams of protein per day. And you can get that through beans and rice, green veggies, and eating some of the vegetarian meat substitutes that are made from soy or what we call wheat meat and things like that. You can easily get what you need. Another misconception.
Well, I do want to piggyback a little off the protein misconception. Another thing you could do is there are herbs that are high in protein, like moringa, spirulina, chlorella, a lot of seaweeds. So that's also something to take in consideration. And also a misconception is, so when you go vegan, do you have are you lethargic? Are you always tired? When it's actually quite in reverse. As long as you're eating your standard 3 meals a day, your energy levels should be fine. So you want to make sure when you're putting your diet together, you have enough recipes to get 3 meals a day. Because if you just eat 1 meal a day, then say, oh, I'm tired, this vegan thing isn't working, you ate 1 meal a day. That's literally the reason.
And I'm pretty physically active. I'm actually over 60 years old, but I still play tennis a couple of times a week. I walk 5 miles a day, several times a week. And
been vegan for about 7.5 years. And for me, I've always been a huge health nut, even going back to high school, and that began my journey. And I say it's the best decision of my life.
And for me, I've been a vegetarian for more than 40 years, actually. And some people now get confused, vegetarian versus vegan, what's the difference? Well, a vegetarian, a vegan is always a vegetarian, but a vegetarian is not always a vegan. Because to be a vegan, that means you're not eating any animal products, the milk, the eggs, cheese. Well, I think one thing you should do is just have your basic foodstuffs, I'll call them, staples that you can always depend on, your beans, your brown rice, potatoes to some extent, your green veggies. Pick the ones you like. If you don't like green peas, then spinach, and also explore. Try kale if you're not used to eating that. Or I can't think of some of the other foods that are out now. Hummus, for example, have your staple, and then try to whatever you like as a meat eater. There's probably a substitute that's vegetarian or vegan that you can try. So do your homework and explore a little bit and just be open to change.
I second that. One thing I can particularly say is when making the switch, obviously if you don't have anything to switch to, what's going to happen? You're going to go back to what you knew. So you need to have inventory of recipes and gradually build that up so that being vegan will be practical. And you're not sitting there like, okay, what can I eat? So one thing you can do is just make the consistent commitment every 2 weeks to learn one new vegan recipe. It could be a full-on entree, it could be a dessert, it could be a snack, whatever. And once you learn that recipe, make sure you like it. If you don't like it, then don't add it to your list because you're not going to keep it up. Do that over a 6-month period. You're actually going to have a decent amount of recipes to actually maintain your diet. Then it becomes practical. So you want to make sure that you build it up in that methodical way, because you don't want to be sitting there thinking, okay, well, what can I eat? Because anything that's not practical is not sustainable. to www.bvstx.org. Check out our website. We're here for you. Just like he said, you can always email us at info@bvstx.org. And we're here.
Facebook.
And also, we're also on Facebook. You type in the Black Vegetarian Society of Texas. It'll also pop up if you type in BVSTX.